Hi and welcome to another build. This is Black Pixel, live and direct. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you haven't been here before and this is your first time, I hope you enjoyed this build. Actually my first speed build. If you check out my other videos on the channel, they are stop motion. And I will continue to still do stop motion, but I thought I would jazz it up a little bit and start doing some speed builds and give you something different on this channel. So as you can see here, I was battling with this intricate part of the build. I was trying to make like a 2-door garage, but it didn't quite work out well, and you'll see me scrap it and do something else later. So I get a lot of inspiration from checking out architecture like websites, and actually Instagram is a good place to find builds and things like that. And there was actually a build that I came across that really inspired this one. Like back in the day, I'm sure everybody's experienced it, where you'll just struggle to do these builds, and there would always be boxes with dreadful roofs. But since I'd say actually since lockdown, since COVID, I think my building skills have improved a bit. But here I'm trying a different type of shape, and it was more in line with the type of aesthetic I was going for. I decided to give it a foundation. This part, stairs are a big problem in Sims 4. It took forever. It's taken years to get stairs that bend, for one, and we're still waiting on spiral stairs. Like, it feels like we've gone a bit backwards since Sims 3 days. So yeah, if you don't know, I have been playing Sims since Sim 1. Actually, before Sims 1's, like I started with Sim City. That I absolutely loved. And if you haven't checked it out already, you should really check out the game City Skylines. It's on the Steam Workshop, and it's very, very much like how SimCity was back in the day. Obviously, better games engine because it's like 20 odd years later. But definitely check that out if you're into this kind of life simulation types of games. I do play that. I need to actually jump on that again. Been playing a lot of Call of Duty, a lot of PUBG at the moment, passing the lockdown time. And I hope everybody's staying safe during lockdown. I hope everybody's well and doing good. Strange times. So here you see I'm going up onto the second level, and I'm trying to get the layout of the other bedrooms upstairs. So there is actually going to be a master suite downstairs and a living room and kind of like indoor outdoor barbecue area upstairs. There's actually going to be a second living room, and nearly every bedroom will have a ensuite. I think 2 of the bedrooms share a bathroom though, but there will be a nice balcony out back. And I love this lot actually. I actually love this world in The Sims 4. Obviously it came with Get Famous, but it really looks like Los Angeles. Up on the hills, looking down from a mansion. You can dream a little. So what I like to do is I like to put doors in, because it gives me an idea of the rooms and what will go where and the layout, because sometimes I can just look at something and I'm like, what did I just do? I'm just playing around with some stuff, seeing how I want the whole house to flow and look. And here I am doing a swimming pool. Now, this idea came from the look of a build that I saw on Instagram, and it had this lovely kind of like, it was almost like a double swimming pool, but it had this kind of like dual layer level thing going on. But you can't do that. Like, you can't, as far as I know, you can't actually do that in The Sims 4. So I kind of decided to do a pond. Kind of gives the same effect. And this is where I was kind of more free forming. I started to put in pillars, start to give the build more character and bring it to life. And I'm playing around with roofs, and I hate roofs. It is so hard to get the right type of roof and for things to. I actually remember in Sims 3 where you just could click a button and it would automatically do roofs for you and just automatically put them on. And I would do that all the time. I think that was the Sims 3. Might have been Sims 2, but I think it was Sims 3. Yeah, I used to do that all the time. So the roof here, you're gonna see me going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But I get there in the end. Here I finally do realise, yeah, I should break the roofs up a bit, and doing them as individual pieces actually really helps the vibe. Kind of gives the roof more shape, should I say. Yeah, trying to work out the front was a little bit different. I didn't actually want it to be symmetrical, and I was more going for, yeah, each kind of room that was off the central column kind of had its own roof piece. And I think that worked well in the end. They do kind of blend well by the time, and then yeah, obviously putting in more columns. I really do like these kind of half walls that you can actually put up in The Sims 4. Thank you. They're great for chimneys, actually making custom chimneys. I kind of pictured this in, obviously it looks like Los Angeles, I can't lie, it looks like Beverly Hills. But I was kind of picturing it that you would have these kind of indoor, outdoor kind of spaces. So as you see, like, you've got the archway that's just above the front door, and there would be another door behind that which would actually lead inside one of the hallway areas, I believe. And it's the same with the back. There'll be a lot of flowing and space that you could just open up and have the outdoors, indoors. You can see me here still struggling with the roof. It's a shame the game doesn't have little pieces. Like, it's obviously you're limited by a square, but then you've got triangles and different angles, and it just wasn't working. Like, they weren't seamlessly going together. So you'll see how I finally figured that out in the end. Deleting everything. So yeah, I realized simple is better. And when I finally figured that you could blend this roof quite easily together, that's what I went with. I decided to get rid of the top of the balcony there and bring it down a level. I don't think the balcony out there needs to be as big as that. And so I'm creating the barbecue place that's going to be under that lower level. I decided to put some more columns in and just really give it shape and move it over a bit. So the build that I saw on Instagram, it was all white, and that's what I was mimicking in this build. But as you'll see later on, it decides to make the columns more brick, because I think white on white on white, everything was just going in onto itself, like you can see the depth of the building. So I think once the columns become a different color to white, then it really gives the shape more depth. And again, struggling with the roof. So I'm looking at the different types of foundation colours. This one worked well, but by the time I got everything in, I did change it afterwards. And the roof colour. I think I ended up using the shingles or something like that from the new pack Eco Lifestyle. And I used those, I kind of want this built to generate a little bit of electricity for itself. I don't want it to be powerhouse that just sucking energy from everything. So it would be cool if it generated some electricity for itself at the very least. You saw that I put windows onto the garage, but I do end up building a garage front because we don't have cars in The Sims 4 now, do we? I don't think we're ever going to get cars in The Sims 4, real cars. You'll see a debug car at some point. You have to make makeshift garage fronts, garage, however which way you like to say it. So these windows are from a Moschino pack. They're really stylish. I like them. And I like mixing them up with the ones that were slightly open as well. Those are really nice to use. I do imagine this build will have lots of light going through it. Definitely have light and it'll feel airy and bright. So yeah, I was trying to find a colour, nice tile, and add trim. swimming pool, which is always nice. And once I added that trim, which I really liked, I ended up going for a marble floor, which was nice. I think it suits this type of build. And I liked the glass for the fencing on the balcony. It's like it was there, so Sims couldn't necessarily fall off the edge of it, but I didn't want it to be in your face, so it kind of is there but isn't there. That's kind of look that I kind of went for. Here I was playing around with the pond again, seeing if I could get a more intricate design. I kind of went back to what it was before. I think it worked well. I couldn't get the swimming pool and pool to kind of flow together. I did think it would be nice with flowers, although I do change it later on again, as we all do. Chop and change, chop and change. Okay, I kind of, in the end, imagined this build as having a lot of symmetrical parts. It's just clean, I think, so you'll see when I change it later on how much I think it just flows and is a lot cleaner rather than scattered flowers. Here I was looking for some different foundation. I think this one kind of suited the marble a lot better. And it just flowed. The colour scheme worked well. And at this point it started to make certain parts of the build stand out from each other. Yeah, here I'm looking for what to make the columns. I wanted them to start standing out a bit. I was about to go for this kind of like white brick colour, but it just didn't stand out enough. I ended up going for, like in my mind, it was like, imagine if those bricks were left over from a previous build that was on the property before this one was built, and instead of throwing them away, it was like basically upcycling. So that's where I felt like the brick colour worked well. I think it worked well with the whites. It gave the house some depth. I was seeing if it was possible to get any stairs into the swimming pool. I've seen some other builders do this, and I really need to figure this out. If anybody can write in the comments, how do I put steps? I know they won't be functional, but it'd be great to know how to do steps, or the look of steps into the swimming pool. I think that would be nice. That would be a nice touch. But yeah, I decided to add this trim around the sides. I don't do it around the whole side. I'm trying to play around with trying to create this garage door now. There's multiple pieces that you have to use eventually. Create a basement. So if you create a basement, then you're able to scale up the parts and then rotate them underneath, and then press Ctrl and 9, that will bring it up. This part is very fiddly. I must admit, like I was struggling to get this to work. It's a pain in the butt, but I did get there in the end. It's just because it's just really trying to snap. It's trying to snap to the wall, it's trying to snap to the sides of the basement, and then because you can't see on the other side, it's just a little bit hard to get it in the right place. I wanted, like, the basement wall didn't show up on the other side, so I was desperately trying to see a way of trying to get that to show on the other side without showing through the front as well, if that makes sense. And I finally got there. So now I kind of put a lot of placeholders, like whether it's stairs, I just put generic stairs in and do that. And once I'm ready to decide what kind of stairs that I want, then I put those back in place. And you don't have to take out the old stairs and put in new stairs. You literally just click and drag the new stairs in the place of the old stairs and it will just replace them. Nice little trick, saves time. So yeah, I'm kind of working on the front now. I was seeing if I could get a curved piece, but it's really possible, it's really hard to get those kind of like foundation pieces to rotate. I don't think they can rotate. So I decided to do this, basically get like a fencing in, a little driveway in. And I decided to extend this out so it somewhat matched the front, the part that you can't touch in the game, and trying to blend it into that kind of sidewalk, the pavement area. Now actually earlier on I had to redo this. Has anybody had a problem where, like, if you exit the game, you save and exit, save 3 times as I usually do before exiting, and you come back into the game and the terrain paints disappeared, completely gone from the game, from your build. So you'll see me later on having to repaint it back in, as well as some of the roof that took me forever to do. I had to do again. Not all of it, but there was pieces missing. It was really strange because everything else in the game was fine, but that part of the roof and the terrain paint had gone. And I have no clue why. So here I decided to change this and kind of match the trim on the left and right hand side. I thought it was just neater. It just seemed like just kind of went with the build a bit better than the scattered flowers, even though you'll see more scattered flowers when I do some more terrain painting. Trying to resize these pieces can be a pain at times, especially with the snapping. I wish you could turn snapping off, unless I just don't know how to do that, but if anybody knows, let me know, but the snapping is annoying. So yeah, I decided to kind of work with the default parts of the game that you can't change and kind of blend it in as much as possible, so it just seems like it's one piece of land, like, so Sims can travel, because I think the Sims can travel from this house down a little bit further to where that kind of like that park area is. So I just kind of wanted it to seem like it was the same property basically. So yeah, him putting some scattered flowers, and I do leave these ones in place, but it's kind of creating like a fence kind of barrier between the grass and this kind of pavemented area, which I thought was really nice. By the way, if you've reached this far, like and subscribe if you want to see me do more. Every like helps me to advance in this YouTube world. Engagement is always a good thing. So if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. So here I am just creating more of a garden area, and yeah, I try the scattered flowers thing again. I think I desperately wanted it to work in this game. Well, I mean, work in this build, but again, it just didn't sit right. I think the uniform flowers that I used before is like hedges that I kind of just used at different angles and different sizes to fill this in. This, yeah, it kind of just looked too, I don't know, too messy maybe, too overgrown for this type. So you'll see me change it very quickly. And all gone. Yeah, I decided to use these types of hedges. I think they work well. So I just kind of wanted a block of flowers that, yeah, it's there, but you know, not overgrown or anything like that. I decided to line this part out as best as possible. Again, as far as I know, we can't create circles with this stuff, so it's just hard angles. Like ideally it would have been a curve, ideally. This is clearly just the outside, and you can see that we're at 27 minutes in, so the interior will definitely come on a part 2. And if you'd like to see that, click the subscribe button. Here I'm just finally putting some touches on the front part. And I love to place lights at night time. You can really see the effect that they're going to give. You turn the lights down low. It's kind of like an entrance, nothing that really stands out nice. Then I realised that the roof's gone. And I was trying to get this trim on, like for the life of me, I couldn't get the trim round the whole side. And I was looking at it thinking there's something wrong, and I was trying to add this trim, then I realised, where's the roof gone? Why is the roof gone? The game just decided to delete my roof. And so I decided to put the roof back. I was trying to figure out how the roof was before. And then I worked it out. So that's it for part 1. We've got the exterior almost done. I may, of course, add some more, but if you'd like to see the next part, hit that subscribe button and be notified when it shows, and give it a thumbs up if you like the build so far. Tell me what you want to see inside. I've got a few ideas, but obviously drop it down in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video.